man Patrick Powell today walked out of the Home Circuit Court a free man after being found not guilty for the July 1, 2011 murder of 17-year-old student Kajil Mays. The case for the prosecution began to fall apart last week, Thursday, October 20, when its chief witness, taxi operator Wayne Wright, told the court that he did not see who fired on his vehicle that Friday night in July 2011. Monday's proceedings started with the prosecution calling the man who recorded a second statement in which the taxi operator identified Patrick Powell as the shooter. It was Deputy Superintendent Vernal Thompson, now head of criminal investigation for the Police Area 2 headquarters. In 2011, he was a detective inspector in charge of crime for the St. Andrew North Division. He said on July 8, 2011, at approximately 5 p.m., he was at his office when Mr. Wright came visiting and told him he wanted to speak to him in private. In his evidence, he told the court that he recorded Mr. Wright's statement on what occurred on July 1, 2011. Prosecutor Jeremy Taylor to the Deputy Superintendent: "After you were finished, what happened?" I read back the statement and asked him if he wished to make any corrections to the statement. He said that the statement was okay. I wrote that declaration on the statement. Mr. Taylor wanted to know what he referred to when he said that. The Deputy Superintendent explained that it was a certificate to say what he, Mr. Wright, had said was true, and if anything on it was false, he would be liable to prosecution when the matter came to court. The Deputy Superintendent told the court that Mr. Wright signed all the pages of the statement. The DSP told the court that at no time was the chief prosecution witness induced or promised any favors for making a statement. It was then time for cross-examination, and Patrick Atkinson was leading the charge. Mr. Atkinson asked the Deputy Superintendent if he had left out anything in Mr. Wright's statement. The Deputy Superintendent admitted that he may have left out some minor details. Mr. Atkinson asked DSP Thompson if he wrote the statement as Mr. Wright had told him. His response: "Yes." "You never phrased or summarized?" The DSP then explained to the court that he wrote the statement in standard English, so while the sentences are Mr. Wright's, those are not his exact words. At the end of cross-examination, the prosecution, in addressing the court, informed that it will offer no further evidence in the matter. Mr. Taylor, in his submission to the court, explained that while the case was being opened, the court was told that there are two issues to contend with: credibility and identification. He said for the Crown to make its case, it would need to, without a reasonable doubt, prove that Patrick Powell was present when Kajil Mays was shot. He explained that there was only one witness to supply that evidence: taxi operator Wayne Wright. Mr. Taylor said while the prosecution had 28 witnesses lined up and only used 12, even if the prosecution had put all that evidence, the case would still be anchored by Mr. Wright's evidence. The prosecutor to the court: Mr. Wright, doing what he wanted and not what is right as it relates to the evidence recorded, has decided to take a certain course. Even when I treated him as hostile, I could not go beyond a certain point. There was no ID parade given in this case. Accordingly, the Crown is not proceeding any further. The Crown will not call any other witness. We are resting the case. Based on that submission and the evidence presented, Judge Lloyd Hibbert then instructed the jurors to return a verdict of not guilty. Patrick Powell was then told he was free to go. Dara Smith, TVJ News.
Now to the reactions from defendant Patrick Powell, his attorney Patrick Atkinson, and Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn.
Businessman Patrick Powell exiting the Supreme Court building following his not guilty verdict. Any reactions, Mr. Powell?
No, I don't have nothing to say.
After 5 years, how you feel?
I feel good and God is with me.
And that's all he would say before being driven away in a BMW X5. His attorney, Patrick Atkinson, had a lot more to say.
Too much was made of this case, too early, with too little bit of information. And so it gave the impression that there was this big, powerful case that the prosecution had.
He explained that a lot has been said about the taxi operator Wayne Wright's change of testimony. He, however, says that the fact is that in the court, he changed to his original position, that he could not see who the shooter was. But in the prosecution's defense, Mr. Wright, whose evidence the prosecution relied on, was a difficult witness.
He was not communicative, and his stand, to the best of what I have been made aware by the police, is that certainly very recently he would prefer not to say anything. Mr. Taylor recently tried to speak to him. He still maintains this stand and indicated that he will say what he has to say when he goes to court. I was asked by Mr. Taylor to intervene, to speak to the witness, and that was basically his stand.
Mr. Atkinson told the TVJ News that he's not surprised by the prosecution's submission today because it was evident that they were having some difficulties with the witness.
He had intimated in his opening that identification, which was an issue in the case, rested heavily on this witness, and that the case would stand or fall with the witness. And you see what happened by declaring him, asking the court to declare him a hostile witness. What he is doing is saying that his credibility is shot and he needed to cross-examine him.
According to Mr. Atkinson, the prosecution was given a difficult case to try with two inconsistent statements. For the DPP, the prosecution's success will always depend on the credibility, cogency, reliability, admissibility, and the integrity of the witness's evidence.
I will not speculate on why Mr. Wright gave this evidence, which was clearly different from what was in the statement. All I will say is that it was very, very unfortunate, it was very sad, and I can only hope that one of these days he will introspect and perhaps for the better. But it would not be appropriate for me to speculate, certainly publicly, as to what could have motivated him.
The DPP said Kajil May's family has thanked her team for the work done and indicated that there is a higher justice for the killer of their loved one. Dara Smith, TVJ News.
Meanwhile, DPP Paula Llewellyn addressed reports that Mr. Powell refused to hand over his gun to the police.
I believe that it is better for you to speak to the police on that. That is really a police matter, I understand, or speak to his counsel for the defense. I believe that he is still before the resident magistrate court, charged for that particular breach of failing to hand over his firearm when required by the police.
Now, his attorney, Patrick Atkinson, would not say much on that issue.
He's facing charges at Harford on that matter. I can't comment on that. There's a case pending that's open at Harford.
This is the Stepping Razor, the art of war. We're there with you next Wednesday. Thursday. What? We're still in a Wednesday. We're there with you next Thursday. So, the program is kind of warm today because we have quite a few things inserted into this program now today. You know, we're supposed to be talking to the Paula Llewellyn, which is the public prosecutor. That's what them call her. Or them call her. What is her title again? Give me the paper there. The man I read my paper and make me say the wrong thing. I start. Sure. All right. We get send we a long epistle of things. We don't know if you're gonna read up the whole light, but it pertaining to the Patrick Powell, Regina versus Patrick Powell allegations of this thing where I take over the whole of Jamaica. This reminds me of Vibes Cartel case, you know. Yeah, man, I see when people start interested and you hear all theories, pan top of theories and conspiracy, pan top of conspiracy about where go on. And some people never there, they tell them, say, oh, me know. Everybody knows something, you know. Yeah, all this is what I know. Everybody know. And yet you don't have no witness. It's weird, you know, that you know something. But you know it when you talk and you evaluate based up off of where you hear. And most of the time when we are hear thing, it not have no, because a lot of times, you know, them have a thing named China telephone, you have a whole heap of people in a room and you whisper something to somebody and you expect the next person to whisper to the next person. By the time you reach the last person, say, well, the first person did say that. So them call it China telephone. I don't know if it's a racist talk still, why they put it to Chinese telephone, but that them say. So you find, one person hear one something and then the next person hear the next something, and by the time the next person attack to the next person, it's like him did there and attack. So we're going to, again, because we see it all over the media and thing, we're going to again try to find some form of clarification that the people them can get a insight into what really happened. So we're going to talk to 3 persons related to this case here. Serious thing. We try to get Mr. Powell, but on the instruction of him lawyers, them say him better hold off until the other case thing about the gun thing finish. And say, no care how long it take, this case will always be a thing where people need to hear. Okay, so we are going to really go into a broadcast, outside broadcast. IRF now brings you a live outside broadcast from the Michael University College annual Michael Open House at 1A Musgrave Road, Kingston 5. It comes to you courtesy of the Michael University College, a world of possibilities. Over to DJ Amber. DJ Amber.
Hi, Mota. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Rain fall up there? Rain fall up there?
No, it's just bleaky from we've been here. No rain, no rain. Let's get to it right now. It's actually our final link coming to you from the Michael University College Open House. They have been having presentations all day long on the different, things on offering here for persons interested to join Michael College and, of course, contribute to the field of education. I have 2 guests. Let me just get between them right here. I have 2 guests now, one on my left and one on my right. And first, let me speak to Mrs. Sharon Wolf, Director of Alumni and Development here at Michael College. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and how are you?
I'm doing good. You?
I am great.
All right, fantastic. How's the day been going so far?
The day's been going very well. We have a large turnout. I think the students are enjoying it and also enjoying hearing about what it is that we offer here at the Michael and why the Michael University College is, in fact, the institution of choice for teacher education.
Wonderful. And you have not become the college of choice by chance. It's been 180 years in existence. A long, long time. You have some celebrations coming up. Tell us a little about that.
As we celebrate our 180th year, we have had a series of celebrations from January, where we have done launched some of our new things. And what we have coming up on Sunday is our first 5K. And why that is important for us is that all the proceeds will go to what we call the PUMP program. It is called Pump It Up 5K, and it has to do with our pre-university men's program, where we identify young men at risk, probably with about 2 or 3 CXCs, and we bring them in for a 1-year program. That program facilitates social reengineering and socialization, academic enhancement, personal development, identifying a scale of choice. And so when they are through, they hopefully will be able to matriculate into the 4-year degree program. As you know, we have a shortage of men in the classroom. And in fact, I always say, who are going to marry our daughters?
Right, we want educated men around here. That sounds fantastic. All right, so that's one very good initiative. Just give us like 3 more of scholarships or other opportunities that people could, take advantage of.
What we do, I know you know already of the partnership between the government of Jamaica and the Michael regarding a math scholarship. But we also have scholarships that we give at the first year. The students just entering are able to apply for the faculty scholarships. We have 3 faculties, and we have bursaries also. And once they get from their 2nd year right through to their 4th year, there are a variety of scholarships, both from corporate Jamaica and alumni who are able to do that. In fact, we have students who have gone through the college solely on scholarship.
Wow.
Meaning that their academic performance, have to be up to scratch. They participate curricular activities, show leadership skills and develop those. And I believe, because we are developing here at the MICO holistic individuals to go into our classrooms to impact our young people so that they can develop and take over from us and be the best that they can be.
Wow, you really represented well. Thank you so much.
I'm a Miconian.
All right, beautiful. That was Mrs. Sharon Wolf. You have a great afternoon.
Great, but can I just encourage people to sign up for the 5K on Sunday here, starting here at the MICO. We're still inviting you to come on. It's $1,000 for individual entries. It is for an excellent cause. We talk about crime, we talk about scamming, we talk about youth at risk. We are trying to address those issues. Join us.
Beautiful. All right. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
All right, Mrs. Sharon Wolf. And make sure you sign up, guys, for the Pump It Up 5K. And let me just talk quickly to the lady on my left, Miss Kadisha Blake. Whole heap of different people to talk to every day. Tell us about the guild.
All right. So the Michael University College Guild of Students, we are the government body for the students, and we try our best to represent them and lobby on their behalf.
All right. What are some of the issues you lobby for?
Oh my, there's so many.
Give me three.
All right. So the first issue that we lobby for is scholarships and grants. So we have students that they're in need of financial assistance, and so we try our best to bridge that gap where it needs to be. Also, we are working on our special needs initiative this year for our special needs students that is visually impaired and otherwise impaired. Right. The third issue that we're trying to incorporate the Jamaican culture more, where we realize that it is something that is dying and we need to revive in the form of heritage symposiums and reggae concerts. So we're trying to revive that culture.
Beautiful. All right, we're pretty much out of time. I just want to thank you so much for talking to me, and of course, all the best with your work here at MICO.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so that was Senior Lady Guild of Students, Miss Kadisha Blake, and that's it from us here at MICO University College Open House. Lots of students inside interested in becoming, a part of education, which is very important here in Jamaica. Thanks so much for listening, y'all. And I know you're going to stay tuned to the Stepping Razor. My name is Amber on behalf of DJ Smurf and Ricky and Irvin here on location. We're out and it's back over to you, Muta.
Yes, give thanks, Amber. That was that was a live outside broadcast from the MICO University College annual MICO Open House at 1A Moras. 5. It came to you courtesy of the MICO University College, a world of possibilities. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you, man?
Not too bad,
Not me say not too good. Right, me. Man, not too bad. Me say not too good. The glass half empty, man. Okay. All right. We see the rain we are going in Jamaica here right now. I mean, we never get no hurricane, but we get the rain. And me look on the road them, because me's a man now. My wife always tell me, say, boy, I should have done Minister of Works. Because everywhere me go, I look on the road them, Mr. Shah.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Why is it that every time like a rain fall, the same road where them just fixed a couple months ago broke out again? What causing that to happen?
It's a bit of a stretch to say that every time the rain fall, it's the same road broke out. Anyway, let me explain generally what happened. We have roads that have actually outlived their useful life. Roads are designed to last for a period. In the same way that we hear that we have, when we were created, we're created to last for 70 years, and if by strength or some other reason you go beyond that, it's the same as road. We design a road and it goes for 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, based on its design life. Now, what happened? During the time that you would have been using such a road, let us say you design it at regular intervals in order to make it last beyond that. Now, we have had an issue as it pertains to the maintenance of roads. I mean, we all know that. We have the financing has not been readily available over many years to maintain our roads the kind of way that we would have liked. In other words, the pushing of roads to replace the wearing surface. Some of the surfaces are made from asphaltic concrete. Some of them are from what old-time people refer to as tar and chip, what we call now double surface dressing.
Yeah, but let me ask you something. Hold on, man. Let me ask you something. You try to tell me, say, it's a lack of money. Why? Because it's overused at time.
Oxidized.
And lack of money. That when you see a hole in the road and them cover it with marl and tar, the reason why when the rain come it dig out back is because the road outlive its time and lack of money there to fix it properly.
All right. That is just one of the factors. Another factor.
But hold on. Me ask one question, yes or no?
Yeah, man.
Me want to get it clear, you know. You have some hole on the road, so right at IRFM go up the road, so see?
Yeah.
I tell you, say, earlier in the year, them just fix the hole, them patch up the hole. You tell me, say, the people them who have fixed the road, because the road hole, there's no way them can fix the hole that when the next rain come, the hole not dig out. It's because the road hole, why it can't.
There are times when, without a doubt, the work that is done, it's a patch section, it's not done properly.
It's not done properly.
That is without a doubt.
All right. So if you get a work, who do the work? Contractors do the work.
Contractors do the work.
Let me ask you a question now. The service management, the National Work Agency, when them give out a work to a contractor, them sign a contract say that if the road fixed today, and in 3 months time, something wrong with it, them need to go fix it back without getting more pay.
Yeah, man. You have a clause in the contract stipulating same.
All right. Let me tell you something, Regine. What spurred me to call you is that there's a piece of road going up Chartwood Road, you see? Right after going north, right after you pass divide between Oliver and Chartwood. All right. Over a year, the road they dig out, and every car pass up a bob and weave round it. About 4 weeks ago, and I'm not exaggerating, about 4 weeks ago, this come, that come, dig out the road deep hole, make the road a 1-lane traffic. This is about a month ago me I talk about now, you know. All right. So, them fix back the road now. Me pass by the road and say, Ray, at last, over here, them fix the road. 2 weeks time, 2 weeks ago, the road dig out again, the same spot where the man them fix, dig out again. Tell me what is the cause of that, and if you know about it, you know about
the problem there is not the road or the work that was done. There's an underlying problem where there's water.
And them don't know that. Then why them go
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. There's a
you blame the pipe and not the man that will fix the road.
In a situation, and that is why I say to you, there's no one reason for things happening on our road.
Yeah.
I mean, age is one of them, resources is one of them.
But that looks like age,
the infrastructure that is beneath there is also another one.
Yeah. All right. So why all of the edge of the road them always broke off? Why when them put the asphalt to the sidewalk, when the rain come, the edge under the sidewalk always broke off?
But I don't know that it always break off. But
I can't tell you. I can't show you.
Hold on. You find that edge of the road.
Yeah.
With the road.
Yeah.
Because that is where the water runs.
Yes.
And that is why in the modern way of doing road reconstruction now,
yes,
is that you put a side drain, or if you don't put a side drain there, you pave, you put a set of curb wall. On the edge of the road,
yes,
and you pave all the way up to that. So when the water runs, you don't have an edge for the water to erode.
Erode, yeah. So that means
back years ago, that was the approach, and so you do find situations where the edge of the road, some road, get eroded.
Brethren, most road.
No, man, not most motor.
Brethren, may I ask you a question? You ever drive from Golden Spring to through the junction, come out on the other side, the north coast? So you ever drive that yet?
All the time.
All right, my brethren, you know, say, about three sides of the road, piece of the road, over upon the precipice side, the people them juke bamboo in the side of the road, so as not to make cars go too far over upon the edge. And when you come out of your car, or when you come out of your car and and it tar.
No, it's not the people do it, it's we do it. And I tell you this, the road, that particular road, it's a road from Palms River to Agualtaville.
Yeah.
That road is slated for reconstruction. That is what is needed down there. That road is old.
So
it's old road.
It's
slated for reconstruction. Yep. We're going to start from Agualtaville, from the north coast, up to Broadgate, the first 5 or so kilometers.
So
the contract is out, everybody widen it and we're going to fix it all the way up to Palms River.
All right, so let me ask you a question now. Or do some, well, I don't know who, but some wall thing did make. Apparently, Chuck drive all the while and lick the wall. So the wall,
the section above the road.
Yeah, the wall thing they make. And you are telling me now, say, after 2 years and so, that road keep eroding, and nobody knows to say, make them do something about it before a truck go over there.
No. We spent about a year and a half ago some $10 or $12 million fixing parapets out there. But the issue that you raise now, in terms of vehicles hitting off the parapet, that's a big issue. That's a problem, and that is one of the reasons we have been saying now. That's one of the reasons we have saying that where persons hit the parapet, lick down some guardrails and so on, once we get the information, we are claiming them insurance.
But look how
the things have to be repaired.
Yeah, but
there's a cost for that.
Yeah, but you say you want to blame the parapet them because them lit on the thing now. Me I tell you about that incident with 3 years now that the bamboo itch up in and something there. And the word it come wider and wider over.
I know exactly talking about. You're talking about money, Connor.
Yeah, the why can't fix it? Why can't
fix it? Needs a retaining wall.
Yeah, what it take for retain the wall? What it take for retaining wall is all?
It needs money.
So once again, money I got blame for people go over this or no.
Yeah, but that's the money. That is what that is. And so we have right now we need funding to repair maybe 600 of those around the country.
Why do not ask the China there, man?
I don't know that the Chinese will while they might be very frugal.
Then the government and them are no good friend, man. Look at
I don't know about this, that guy to say just hand over money and give us.
All right, let me ask something again, because some things concern me that I can't understand it. And when you are telling me now, you have the money and the road them overuse, and me can't comprehend that. Because I can't comprehend, say, a water pipe in at the bottom in the road. And them come and dig out the road, flood out the road, and then patch up the road, and then 2 weeks, the hole there again. There's not a. In other words, every time I say the work agency dig, fix a road, the pipe man them come and dig it up back. And every time the pipe man them dig up a road and put pipe in there, the work agency come lating in there. Why can't there be a cohesive working with the people them who have laid pipe and the road people them?
And that's a very reasonable question and a question that many persons have asked. And we're trying to do just that. What has been happening, Muta, is that the Water Commission, they have their own program and budget that they work with, and we have our program and budget. The problem has been the dovetailing of both. And so that's one of the things that we're actually looking at moving forward. We're doing it as we speak in Clarendon along the road from Mapen going through up Chapelton up that side. We have done it and we are doing it now along Marcus Garvey Drive. We are doing it along the Mandela. But the point is, and we do recognize it, that more of this will have to be done going forward.
But you do have no money.
It is from our standpoint. We have the money to, let us say, we have the money to repair the roads.
Yeah.
The Water Commission at that particular time may not have the money to repair their pipeline.
And vice versa. And vice versa.
And vice versa.
That means
so
the public...
What we're looking at is how do we join the two to ensure that the people of Jamaica get the maximum
So the
benefit.
public is between the devil and the devil. I
don't know about the devil and the devil.
All right, the public is between the blue sea and the blue sea there. Because we're not going to the devil and the deep blue sea. Because we don't know which one more stressful. Anyway, brethren, may I tell you the truth? Of everybody who drive on the road, Jamaican road are the worst road in the Caribbean. May I tell you that?
I don't have a lot of Caribbean experience. I can't go to that argument.
Yeah, if fish go down a bottom of water and tell you say shark dog they believe me. You understand?
Yes.
I tell you say you know what I need to fix? One thing more, what I need to fix? What I need to fix the road between the the Manor Park, the Manor
Manor Park and West Kings House Road.
No. Constant Spring. Hold on there. Constant Spring Market. The Constant Spring Market.
Yeah.
Which part the stoplight there? That little stretch of road from the Constant Spring Market to which part the fart there for turn for go up Stony. It need for fix. About 7 years now. Entire drive on it. It come like you're sailing a sailing boat on a serious terrible thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That one is agenda.
All right. Hold on. But, so give me a time, like 10, 20 years?
No, man. Okay. The funding is in place. I mentioned the Chinese now under the Chinese program.
Okay.
That is one of them. That's
okay. I love the Chinese. I love the Chinese, man. I love the Chinese. Maybe should I get a Chinese prime minister? All right, we give time. We're gone. All right. Yes. May I tell you? Okay, that was Mr. Stephen Shaw, Communication and Customer Service Manager at the National Works Agency. News time. Wagwan.
Good afternoon. I am Patrice Walters with the local and international headlines. A team from the National Works Agency NWA is working to reopen the roadway in Newcastle St. Andrew that has been affected by landslides. Manager of Communications at Shaw says up to earlier this afternoon, the corridor was still impassable. However, it is hoped that the roadway will be reopened before the end of the day. In the meantime, he says a number of areas in Buff Bay and the Rio Grande Valley in Portland are cut off and rivers are in spate. Mr. Shaw says this is inhibiting the efforts of the NWA in responding to the affected areas. The Halfway Tree Criminal Investigation Branch is appealing to persons who witnessed the killing of Jamaica College student yesterday to give information to the police. The student was identified as 14-year-old Nicholas Francis. He was a third-form student. Reports said at about 4:20 p.m. yesterday, Francis was a passenger on a bus traveling along Old Hope Road when a man tried to rob him of his cell phone. Francis reportedly resisted and was stabbed in the left side of his chest. He was taken to hospital where he died while being treated. Anyone with information that can assist the police in their investigation to contact the Halfway Tree CIB or the nearest police station. In news overseas, the U.S. military says hundreds of Islamic State militants are thought to have been killed since Iraqi forces launched an offensive to retake Mosul last week. Two generals said the jihadist group had suffered the losses as troops and allied fighters, backed by U.S.-led airstrikes, advanced on several axes. Up to 5,000 Islamic State fighters were believed to be in Mosul ahead of the assault. Despite the territorial gains, commanders have warned that securing Mosul could take weeks, if not months. Finally, one policeman has been shot dead and dozens of people injured during an anti-government protest in Venezuela. A local rights group has said at least 20 people have been injured and 80 detained nationwide. Images circulated on social media show injured people on the ground. There are reports that at least 3 were shot. People took to the streets to protest against President Nicolas Maduro's government. In the state, a police officer died and 2 others were injured, the government said, while blaming the opposition activists. Those were the local and international headlines. Major news is next at 5:45. From the RFM newsroom, I'm Patrice Walters.
Good afternoon, I'm Evan Hewitt with RFM Sports on the Ball. St. George's College, thanks to goal and Kiki Jackson at Sports Time, were holding a 2-1 lead in the opening Group K encounter against Haile Selassie in the second round of the Isoflo Manning Cup competition at the Spanish Town Prison Oval. The second game features Wolmer's boys facing off with St. Catherine High at 3 o'clock. Defending champions Montego Bay United will entertain Arnott Gardens this afternoon at West Powell Park in the marquee clash on the day in the rescheduled match day 5 fixtures in the Red Stripe National Premier Football League. Both teams are on 13 points with Mobay United third in goal difference. Elsewhere, leaders UWI-FC host second from bottom Boys Town at the UWI Mona Bowl. Portmore United take on Reno at the Juicy Park. Marvelly Hughenden play away to Waterhouse at Druseland, and Jamalca face Tivoli Gardens at Wembley. All those games are set to start at 3 o'clock. The late kick-off game on the day sees Humber Lion, who are in 4th spot, but visiting bottom of the table Harbour View. That game is set for a 7 o'clock start at the Harbour View Stadium. IAAF President Sebastian Coe wants Jamaica's global superstar Usain Bolt's help the organization to build a positive global image for the sport of track and field when he retires. Coe, who is in the middle of a campaign to reform the organization's governance following massive doping and corruption scandals, believes that it is extremely important that the IAAF finds a way to make the most of Bolt's international appeal in its drive to increase the reach of a sport that has struggled to keep pace with others where revenue and influence are concerned. The IAAF boss spent some time with Bolt during last summer's Olympic Games, which was the athlete's penultimate championships, with next year's World Championships in London already declared to be his last, and gave an idea of what the conversation was about. Coe was not prepared to go into detail on what Bolt's role within the IAAF would look like, but stressed that there is an understanding between himself and the 9-time Olympic gold medal winner. The world's number 1 ranked women's tennis player Angelique Kerber and Slovakia's Dominika Cibulkova are both through to the semifinals at the season-ending WTA finals in Singapore. Kerber made progress after beating American Madison Keys 6-3, 6-3 to claim her 3rd win of the week. The 7th-seeded Cibulkova, meanwhile, had required Kerber to win in straight sets to advance from the white group, having earlier beaten Romania's Simona Halep 6-3, 7-6. Cibulkova now go on to meet Russia's Svetlana Kuznetsova, while Kerber will face the winner of tomorrow's final round match between defending champion Agnieszka Radwanska and Czech 4th seed Karolina Pliskova. Finally, in sports news, Week 8 of the 2016 NFL season gets underway tonight with the Jacksonville Jaguars playing away to the Tennessee Titans. This in a matchup of AFC rivals at the Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Both teams are coming off losses in their last outing. The Titans, however, are 3rd on the standings with 3 wins and 4 losses, while the Jaguars are at the bottom with 2-4 record. Action on Week 8 continues on Sunday with another 11 game down to be contested. From the RFM Sports Desk, I'm Evan Hewitt.
Mobay. Why, that become a hot spot in Jamaica, eh? Can't believe that. when we lived down there, it was just another place in Jamaica. But if the government, and we are talking about government, now we're not talking about party, if the government keep doing what them doing the same way, I expect to get a different result. The problem with it is that them keep doing the same thing and talk about a different thing them do. You can't say 2 and 1 make 3 and then you go back and say 1 and 2 make 3 and tell me say a different thing. Put 1 first now. You get the same result. 2 and 1 is 3, 1 and 2 is 3. And that means the government do. The government add up 1 and 2 and say a 3, and then next week them come and say, you know, so we're going to make a difference. We're going to put the 2 first and say 2 and 1 is 3. And don't realize it's the same result. Right now the things that we are going on in Jamaica is unprecedented in Jamaican history. History. We are talking about corruption, crime and all them things there. I mean, what is it that is happening now amongst these crapper people who say them is rulers and governors over the Jamaican people? And when you look on the conditions of the people, them in them little bubble, I claim say, oh, you know, we just pass the IMF test, things are getting better. Or we just put certain things in place. Them do have the money to fix the road, them. How come they don't have the money to fix the road, them? It's one of the main things, them. You need good road, water, electricity, and security. In all of the 4 things that we call out, tell me which one of them the people them secure with. We need, look how much rain a fall now, and I bet you June, I bet you when February, March, April come, you hear people and say, boy, the drought, they're probably again. We don't have water like the Sahara Desert we live in. 2 dams there in a Kingston and St. Andrew, we have served the people them for over 100 years. And them don't make no sense of it. Look how much rain a fall. You know what I'm saying? Abundance of water, the fool get thirsty. In the abundance of water, the fool get thirsty. Look how much water me see. All over the place. What is that they expect? So we now go ball again. But we're going to go ball again. And you go and hear them tell about, well, we have a water lockup restrictions. Anybody found water in them garden or washing them car will be prosecuted. Look how the road them stay. The worst road in the Caribbean, they are Jamaica. The worst road in the Caribbean, they are Jamaica. And it has gone so for years. And up to now, them can't get the money. And the man just come tell you and say, well, the road them over. If the road them overuse, cut out different road. And if you don't have the money, see some guys build a road they give you over there and say, in the next 50 years you can't own it, 50 years you don't go and own it. 50 years the whole town are dead, including myself, and gone. And then you pick them, my grandparents, them have to go pay a fee said way. And the IMF takes a pass. What is it that is happening? Company around there, so. We are talking about the people them, the normal people them. We are going to work from 9 to 5. And sometime I'll come home at 10 o'clock at night. Can't pay them rent, have to throw up wire from wire to get electricity. And them say it's a criminal offense. The government is the problem in Jamaica. The government is the problem. The justice system. Whole heap of corruption are going. Whole heap of corruption. It's a terrible thing. It's a real terrible thing. So we want to continue this journey where we say we're going to talk about this. Why X6, you know, said, me say, You know, so me I reverse out a supermarket the other day. And when me look behind me, me see a X6. And me I say, you know, so me die reverse no further. Because we could have licked the X6. No, seriously, me that was supermarket car park. And me there like, me I reverse. You see, by the time me look behind me, it's a X6 behind me. Me I say, can you imagine me go lick the X6? And you see man come out and fire shot after me. And then me, you know, have nobody else in the car with me, so, you know, I'm me that feel it. It's a serious thing. The problem with these things is that you will never get to the truth, even though the law is there. The law is to protect the law. The courts there is to protect the law. The court them is there to bring about a conclusion, given the evidence that is presented. And necessarily the evidence that will bring forth the truth. So we want to figure it out. Because we have to go really investigate it too. You understand? Now we have been doing some investigation for my own. And I realize a whole heap of things the people them not hear. Enough things. That is why people speculate. Okay. This is the stepping razor, the art of war. 17 minutes past the hour of 3 o'clock. We are going to now talk about this X6 case that has swept the country in conversations. We have on the line here the defense attorney for businessman Patrick Powell, Queen's Counsel Patrick Atkinson, former member of parliament for the Chillan and Northern, and former Attorney General, appointed to the position in January 2012. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Now, it's really difficult for position, but I am aware that you must have heard the different things flying all over the place. When you don't understand certain things and when you don't know the truth about certain things, people speculate and then it kind of muddy the water.
True, very true.
One of the things that people is very concerned with is the idea that this brethren, Mr. Williams, is Williams the name? The taxi driver.
Okay, right.
Yeah, right, sorry, yeah. One of the things that people is concerned with about Mr. Wright is that they just don't understand the idea of him changing the statement in the middle of the water when, according to the reports that people get, is that him they say one thing already, but when him get and the witness, him say a different thing. You can't explain to the people them what really happened at the first time him give him statement.
Yeah, well, because what you just outlined is really not the facts.
Yes.
What happened is that on the 5th of July, we're talking 2011 now, he gave a statement to the police which was signed by him and by the police who took the statement, that indicated that he was not able to identify the person who fired the shot.
Okay, that was the first statement.
The first statement he made was on the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Some days later, the police claimed that he came into Constant Spring and decided to change the statement. That he gave his first statement because he was afraid when he said he couldn't identify anybody and he wanted to change it.
What he was afraid of? What him say afraid of?
Well, he never said they don't because he have his own witness protection where he lives.
The police offer him witness protection.
And he said, I don't know what stage it's the timing when this witness protection was offered varies, depending on who you believe. But on the 6th or the 8th now, is when he's supposed to have changed his statement. But he denies that he ever changed it. He says that statement was bogus, so to speak, if I may just to use a layman's term.
Right.
That statement. He never changed it. So the real change was from I am not able to identify to I now can identify. And then he comes to court and he goes back to the original position, which says that he couldn't identify in the first place. Now, if you tie that into the fact that all this took place by the 8th, if the statement which they're claiming was changed is the one they're relying on is the 8th. The fact is that they were planning to hold ID parades.
Yes.
If a man saying can identify you and know you from long time, before they eventually charged Powell. So if the case was all that set as a claim, you'd have expected to charge him long time.
All right.
But the fact that they waited so long till they were having some difficulties, and I think the police stated afterwards that they were having difficulties with this witness from 2011.
All right. One of the statements that Raviel said, the statement says that the taxi driver said, the reason why I am telling lie in the first statement is because I was in fear of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Who was he in fear of his life?
I don't know.
Well, it said on the second...
Because he denies ever saying that to them in the second statement.
Yeah. So they are right in the... Well, they claim that this is what him said, but the statement says, the reason why I am telling... statement is because I was in fear of my life, and second, I never trust the police. You remember the thing like that?
This is what they said, he said on the
that's
on
what
the
they
8th,
said.
but he denied that whole thing on the 8th.
Okay, he denied that.
He said, yes, so he's denying that he said that. So we don't know what he's afraid of. Himself never said so.
All right.
But there's no evidence as to what he's supposed to be afraid of.
So did the police present this statement as his statement in the court?
It was usually when you go to court in a criminal trial, all the statements are given to both sides. The prosecution, who is the police lawyer, and the defense lawyer get copies of all the statements. So the statements are there. So we had copies of all those statements. When he came to testify, they sought to elicit evidence, and right away he started in the same line as his original statement, which saying that the rain was falling, I couldn't see anybody, and I can't identify anybody.
So him referred to the original statement.
The original statement, that's a change.
All right.
So I don't know what change it is that they're finding a problem with.
Well, all right.
It's a change and a change back.
Is there any empirical proof or evidence that what the police offer as the second statement is really the police them statement and not his statement?
Well, apart from the fact that he said so from the witness box on oath, they brought the man who took the statement, the police officer, who denied. So you have two statements, both going in opposite direction.
So we have to draw the conclusion and say the police was lying then.
You may not. You may decide that the police telling the truth or he was lying, or you may come to the country, you don't know which one to believe. So that is the situation they were in.
Yeah, but obviously the court believe him.
No, the thing is that what happened is with the final position is the evidence on which the court can rely on. You can use a statement to say, but didn't you say this another time? And so therefore what you're saying in court is wrong. It is what you actually say from the witness stand that is evidence. And what he actually said from the witness stand is I can't identify anybody. So there was no evidence of identification before the court at all. And that's the first element them have to prove in the charge. So the prosecution, knowing they couldn't go any further with the case after that, just throwing it out.
All right. So what happened to the other 20 odd different witnesses that were supposed to be?
Because the thing is that most of them were police witnesses who gave evidence of what them find on the scene and that sort of thing. But there was no eyewitness from the incident.
On the road itself. No eyewitness on the road. Look through them window.
The other witnesses was like there's a man who claimed that he a taxi. You know, he was never called. I don't know what it is. And there was somebody who spoke something about some GPS of the map of the area. He wasn't called. But there was no other eyewitness.
All right. By the way, how much people was in the taxi?
Well, I don't know.
Are you the big man? Are you the big man? You don't know.
Well, I wasn't there, sir.
No,
what I'm saying is that the evidence of the taxi driver is that it was only him and the person who was shot.
All right.
But as the evidence came out from police who went there, they were the young man who died was in the front passenger seat.
Yes.
But there was blood on the back seat of the car, blood on the back door by the door lock, and there was something that smeared that looked like blood on the back door at the bottom. Yes. And so, you know.
And what was
the various areas? They only test the blood, one sample of blood from where the deceased was.
So what was the conclusion why the blood was in the back seat when the youth was in the front seat?
There was no conclusion. It didn't get to make that conclusion. But it's obviously something that one might ask questions and say, but if you have blood in the back seat, I mean,
was the blood tested to prove? Was the blood tested for sure if it's the youth blood?
I don't know. That's why I said that nobody tested that.
Nobody
they only test one sample they got from the front seat where the deceased was.
All right.
No test for the rest of it.
All right.
In fact, they spoke about broken glass.
Yes.
But the taxi, they've indicator light was supposed to be broken, and nobody come with no orange glass or anything that fit that. Yes. And there were a lot of little questions to be asked if the case had gone on further.
Of the car, right? All right. In a statement, the brethren say him stop. Him did stop. The taxi man said him stop. And the youth and a man was sitting in him car talking. I don't know if you hear about that.
No, there's no statement that said that.
All right. All right.
And nobody said it in court, and none of the statements that I saw indicated that. They all suggest that it was him and the youth.
No, wait, no, all right. So this is the first you hear that the youth was talking to somebody in the car?
This is the first I am hearing that.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the first I am hearing that.
All right.
But the thing is that there was evidence that needed to have gone into about it, you know, because there is a bullet path that went into the taxi that should have gone through the windshield, that didn't go through the windshield from the evidence. It was heading to the windshield or the dashboard. And the windshield was not broken and the dashboard was not damaged. And they can't find that bullet.
All right. Well, somebody not telling something here, because
maybe that could well be.
Yeah,
I don't think we have heard anything of the full story about this.
The blood in the back of the car was not tested to see if it was blood. And the guy was sitting in the front of the car. That is where the driver said was sitting in the front.
Yes,
of the
car. In the passenger seat.
Have you ever
they
heard
took one sample only from the front part?
All right.
When they showed blood, what appeared to be blood by the door lock.
And nobody tested that blood to see if it's the youth blood. And nobody. You're saying unapologetically that the police never test that blood to find out it's UFA blood.
That is evidence. That's why the experts
they never test the driver.
The driver, there's no evidence that the driver was injured. Anyway.
All right. So now, I can ask you something else if you heard this, right? Because apparently there's a lot of things that a lot of us never hear. Did you hear, have you ever heard, or was it brought up in the court, that when the car hit the X6, the youth come out of the car, and when him come out of the car, him recognize that somebody did have a gun in him hand, and him jump back to the car and say, drive, him have a gun. Anything like that come out in the court?
What the witness says is that after he hit the back of the car, he was backing off so he could see the damage, and then pulling back away from where the car is. When he heard the deceased, the young man said, then he heard an explosion.
Yes.
And then he ducked underneath the steering as he drive off.
Yes.
When he was passing the other vehicle, which by the way, in court himself was a X5.
So he wasn't reversing? He wasn't reversing?
Him say him reverse first and then him take off and pass the other vehicle. The other vehicle. But him head was down. That's him don't know what type. Him just know say it was a high black vehicle.
And nobody...
That's what he said in court.
And nobody nowhere know what the shooter did.
Well,
After all of that, nobody not
he was the only witness who came forward.
Eh?
He was the only witness who came forward.
Yeah. So as far as we're concerned, it could have not been Powell in the car then.
Well, I can't.
No, I never say you can't say nothing else. I had said, I said, maybe, I'm just speculating here as an outsider.
The thing is that the prosecution would have to prove that it was Powell in the car, and there's nothing that they could say that Powell was in that vehicle. But the burden of proving that is on them. That's how courthouse runs.
All right. We'll go back to the police. The police who carry the identification to the driver and say, the man this who do the shooting, we want you to come to an ID parade. No.
Well, no, there's no evidence that happened. But the thing is that that would be improper if they did that, if they showed a photograph. But the witness did say that when they were trying to get him to change his statement to say that he could identify him, they told him a lot of details about the man, what his nickname was, what Powell's nickname was, and showed him Powell's driver's license and asked him if they wanted him to help them out. And he refused.
Okay.
And this is what he says.
Yeah.
And this is what they say is not true. They say and say he wanted to change because what him said earlier was that he was afraid. I don't know what happened, why he would be afraid then and not afraid 3 days later.
Yeah.
But this is what they say he said. So that's where the difference is.
Okay, all right. So,
in that statement. But he never admitted that he made that second statement in court.
Okay, so we really don't know then who was in the car up to this day?
Up to this day. Or which car it was.
So how the police hold on a man who them don't know that they did not the car? Because it was his car, why them say that?
But the thing is that there is no evidence on the statements as to which car it was. And because in the first statement it said an M5, X5 or X6, which in 2011 were two different cars. Ship cars and kind of but in 2011 one was square and one was a round back high top.
So
vehicle.
So the car that them take from Powell Yard, it wasn't identified as the car that the youth hit?
Well, not in court. Not in court and not in the original statement. But they were trying to say that at some later stage, he identified the car at the police station, Powell's vehicle at the police station.
And the police showed
But he says that's not true. They were showing him the car and trying to get him to say that was the car, and he couldn't identify that it was the car. This is what he said on the witness stand last week.
Mr. Atkinson, somebody killed the youth in the car, you know.
True.
Yeah, and apparently now we're not going to know the truth of the situation. Somebody killed the youth in the car.
You see, one of the things
we don't know if the man the truth in the car was even in the car, you know.
There's one of the things that we need that happens in law enforcement in Jamaica. If you notice, like say in some foreign countries, like say America, they don't go call name and arrest a man unless the investigation complete and them know for sure it's him. For a number of reasons, not only for the rights of the person, but also they figure you don't want a man that you hand to him until you're ready to actually charge him and the investigation is complete. Hear them detain people. It's a bad habit that happens in our jurisprudence, going and detain a man while investigation going. You can't even set a trial date when you go to court because here the investigation is complete and more statement to collect and all kind of thing. It really shouldn't happen that people are brought before the court and charged and named as until them investigation complete. And then have this new thing them know what it is about person of interest that the which you must surrender. You know, the idea of a warrant to arrest a man and evidence to arrest him, but I don't know what it is person of interest category, a way that fits in our law.
The vehicle that them take from Mr. Powell yard, was there evidence of it being the place that was allegedly was it sprayed? Or them can show that it was sprayed recently?
There is some statements that indicated that a part of the exit was sprayed over.
But you as the attorney, man, you didn't go and investigate and see if that was true or not?
That was true, it was. That there was evidence of a spray in the car.
Yeah.
Because that was not an important aspect to me at the time.
But Mr.
I can't go into right now.
But Mr. Atkinson, if a car of a man who kill up somebody, and the man,
first you have to show me evidence that a man was in it who killed off somebody.
Yeah, but
that's the first thing. And second thing, we have to show some evidence as to who that man was.
Yeah, but matter about the car.
If you don't pass them two first base there,
yeah,
what is there to?
Yeah, well, I'll show you a scenario, you know, because what happens is that them go a man yard and take him car, and they clear so this car here is the car that was involved in the killing. Now, may I ask now, if the police them present any case where them say, we know that this is the car because you see the color of the car where it him, see painted the panic so, and then paint it over and find out who is the person who paint over the car and then now investigate when did him come with the car to get paint over.
They brought a witness who ostensibly was to show that him had sprayed over the car and give evidence about the damage. And him couldn't even date, what license number, what the name of the person. Him didn't know anything either. And so there's no evidence that was actually led, although the person who they were trying to bring forward as a person who repaired the car, he actually testified and finished his testimony, and they couldn't get out any details on the car.
So
we don't know what car it was that him sprayed, because him saying is a man that worked 7 days a week from Sunday and this is 5 years ago.
All right.
He can't even remember what date them talking about.
The driver, him know the parents of the youth? The taxi man.
I don't know.
That
aspect
you don't know. And you don't. You know if
that aspect I couldn't really go into.
All right. You know if the taxi man didn't know any one of the Powell family before the accident?
He says and his evidence that he knew the deceased mother, and somebody told him that the boy was her son. There's other evidence which says that he did know the youth.
All right. What was the importance of bringing up some allegations against the deceased?
The thing is that because the case is finished, and because it the grief that I know it has caused.
You don't want to delve into that.
I don't want to go into that anymore. But it would have been relevant.
Yeah, but there was an allegation against the youth in the car, though. The youth
yes, but what I'm saying is that the police went ahead and they decided to swab his hands for gunpowder residue.
Yeah. All right. You know what it sounds to me now? It sounds to me like the police them is where everything dropped down. To me, personally. It sounds like it's the police them dropped down something. To make this thing about EY.
They claim they didn't get any cooperation from the public. I'm hearing this now because I would imagine that you'd have gone around and asked everybody. I mean, Avondale is a densely populated
you mean
area.
somebody I look through them windows?
Every time. Somebody must have seen something. You know, and you're dealing with people who live in the era and know the era, and you know, and I know most of the cars who they belong to that drive on my road. I see them every day, but they weren't getting any help from the public, and that is part of the problem.
I will know for truth that a little youth get shot. And nobody.
But the circumstances under which it happened, I don't know that all of that has come out. It is one of the things that I hope that they really look at to make certain that they keep things close to the chest as they are investigating, that going out and naming people and arresting people before you're ready. Because this took place on the 1st of July. The statement of the taxi man was the 5th of July. And then he's supposed to change that on the 8th of July. And then the merchant identification parade, the accused man came and surrendered to the police on the 11th of July. He was in custody for probably about a week or more before they finally decided to charge him not having held ID parade. So there's plenty of questions to be answered.
All right, Mr. Atkinson, thank you for really
you're
this
welcome. I keep up the
interview.
good work now.
All right,
a
sir.
good job. And,
You're still in politics there, or you just decide to go back to the QC?
I'm just looking right now, but
Okay.
I'm still a member of the party.
All right, sir, give thanks.
Good.
Yeah, that was Patrick Atkinson, Queen's Counsel, the defense attorney for businessman Patrick Powell. More questions than answers. More questions than answers. This is the stepping razor, the art of war. Yes, this is the stepping razor where we're continuing this journey to really come to some understanding and more clarity with this thing that sweep the nation now, this X6 murder. We have on the line the Director of Public Prosecution, Powell. Good afternoon, Miss.
Good afternoon, Mutabaruka. Good afternoon to your listeners.
Long time I don't speak to you.
Well, that is so, and let me, in the presence of your listeners, congratulate you for a well-deserved national honor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so let us get to this thing, because I don't know if you was listening to Mr. Atkinson a while ago.
Muta, I'm so busy.
Oh, you
I don't even have the time to turn on the radio.
Okay. You're like our former Prime Minister.
No, I will read the newspaper, and people will sometimes tell me things, but I am one person, and I have 42 lawyers who work with me island-wide. So I am sometimes extremely busy. I have not even had lunch for the day. I ate at 6 o'clock this and I have not eaten again for the day.
Wow.
Right.
That's not good.
It's not good, but after I talk to you, I try and have a cup of tea and something.
All right. So now, we could get to this thing. The first question I really want to put to you now is this idea of what them call protection, witness protection.
Witness protection program?
Yeah. Did the driver of the taxi, was he offered a witness protection?
Well, I cannot say if the police did that when they first interfaced with him 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But before this trial process commenced, Mr. Taylor, the deputy director who was going to prosecute the matter, called me. I was in my office to indicate that the witness was not speaking and asked me if I could come because my staff knows that I'm very approachable and I think they believe I'm possessed of a little charm here and there.
Yes.
And in the past, when they have had difficult issues, on occasion, I have been asked to intervene. I have no problem with that. And I got up and I went across to the courthouse. I was introduced to the witness. He was very hostile, very edgy, and I used my interpersonal skills to calm him, and I spoke to him.
When you say he was not calm, what was he saying or doing? Why?
Well, what happened is that I didn't really get a chance to speak with him until the next time he came downtown. He's usually transported by a police officer.
Okay.
And the police officer brought him to see me, and the police sat there, and he had some concern. When you sometimes perceive that you have a difficult witness, is anybody intimidating you? Are you afraid? Muta, if I had a penny for the amount of, over my career in 30 years, that I've heard witnesses say they are feeling some fear, they are, they need to be calmed down. You have to do your best. Sometimes you explain the procedure to the witness, and if the witness has a concern, as the prosecutor and also the police, you have a duty to try to assuage it or to neutralize it.
Yes.
So if you see a witness who is obviously edgy hostile and very uncomfortable. It's my witness, it's the prosecution's witness, It's not the defense witness.
So
we can't speak to the defense witness. It's our witness, and part of our responsibility and duty is to see to the witness's welfare. When I inquired, I asked him if he had been offered, would he wish to go on the program, because I don't know what is causing him to be so edgy. I don't know why he's being so hostile. Right?
Okay.
And I asked him if he would, wish to go on the witness protection program, because I have prosecuted cases and I've seen cases. All right. You see all the Vibes cartel case that my office prosecuted, the same Mr. Taylor.
Which is the same prosecutor.
Yes, the same prosecutor.
And the same police.
And one of the chief investigator was the person who recorded this witness's statement.
Okay.
And in that case, I can say it publicly now, in the middle of the case, the concerns about his security and his safety were of such that we had to take a decision, and we had to keep him abroad.
That is the one in Vibes Cartel.
Yes, we had to keep him abroad. We couldn't keep him in Jamaica.
I remember that.
Yes. And at the couple called, we had to get him off the plane and under police security and carry him to the courthouse. And he gave his evidence, and several police officers now escorted him back to the airport to take the plane to go back abroad.
Yes. All right.
And that decision was only taken in the middle of the case.
So this youth now is saying
he said he was comfortable where he was staying.
Yes.
And he was not intimidated. He wasn't feeling, yes, he had some concerns, but he was all right where he was. And he didn't want to go on anywhere. In fact, to quote him, he said to me, he has witness protection program all around him where he lives. So I didn't ask him what he meant by that.
Yeah, maybe it's the divine intervention he might talk about.
Absolutely, and that he was quite comfortable.
All right, let me ask you. Let me read a statement here, sir, right?
Yes.
It is alleged that he said, and he's saying that this is coming from the officers. It says, the reason why I lie in the first statement is because I was in fear of my life.
Yes.
And second, I never trust the police.
Yes.
This is what he told the court.
Oh, this is what he told the court.
That him never... The second statement that was said that he recanted from the first statement. Him says not him did make that statement. It's the police them give him that and claim it's him. So him say the reason why I was telling lie in the first statement, which is not him I said, this is the statement that them say him say on a second statement. The reason why I was telling lie in the first statement is because I was in fear of my life. And second, I never trust the police.
Oh.
Is this the first you hear this?
Well, what I recollect, because I looked at the two statements, and in the first statement of the assailant.
Yeah, but can't say don't know.
That is, I'm telling you what I read in the two statements.
Yeah.
So he outlined the narrative of what happened, but he didn't call the name of the assailant.
But did he say he know?
In the second statement, no. He gave a detailed statement of the person who he knew. He has known the person for many years, and by the acronym Nigga Charlie, and he indicated that he knows of the person's daughter, gave the name of the person's son, what cars they drive, and he indicated that he was just lying down and his conscience started to bother him, and he knows that what he had said in the first statement, it was not so, because he knows the person. And he decided to come to the police station and tell them how it go. And the particular police officer gave evidence on oath. This is the person, the officer who was the chief investigator in the Vibes cartel, man. Experienced officer. I have worked with him, and he's an excellent officer. And he said he had just come to the division. He hadn't even been there that long, right? But he knew of the investigation because, it's a team effort. And this gentleman just walked right in, and when they realized that he wanted to give another statement, he was assigned to give the statement, and he took this recorded the statement. So, as an experienced prosecutor, having to read many, many statements over the years in many, many cases, that level of detail that I saw there, it would be very difficult for the police, especially a police officer who has just come to the area to work, to know that level of detail. And also, each page, back and front, at the foot of it, was signed by the witness.
All right. Let me ask you something. In the statement, him say, secondly, him never trust the police. Now, that is in the them same sign. Is there any way, because you said in the second statement he's giving details of people.
Details of the knowledge of the person he calls Nigger Charlie and his children.
Who is Nigger Charlie?
Well, the allegation, because it's an allegation, would be that it was the person who did the shooting, which would have been the allegation is that it would have been the accused. But he knew him as Nigger Charlie.
But Mr. Powell was not in the car. Have you heard that?
Listen, from what he was saying.
No, not from what he was saying. I'm saying that, he's not, according to the second statement, he's not identifying people. That
the person who did the shooting. The person who was the driver of the X6 and who did the shooting.
So the prosecutor is assuming that the man who named nigger something is Mr. Powell.
Well, this is what he's saying in the statement.
He's saying that what? Mr. Nigger. He said that the man who named nigger do the shooting, but he never said Mr. Powell.
Well, from what I saw in the statement, the inference to be drawn is that this is the person that he knows as Nigger Charlie.
No, Miss Llewellyn. All right. All right, take me, because I'm very naive to this thing.
But I'm going to pause and tell you, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something as a prosecutor.
Okay.
I've been a prosecutor for 30 years.
Okay.
In the first 10 years, you would see instances from time to time of people switching.
Yeah.
It happens all the time, you know.
Yeah.
But for a variety of reasons, in my experience. It can be because of fear. It can be because they have forgiven the particular assailant and they don't want to continue with the matter. Mm-hmm. It can be because of corruption.
Okay.
And they have taken bribes. In my career, those are the three main things that I have
all
seen.
of the above.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. And especially you used to have a lot of preliminary inquiries where you'd have to give evidence on oath before it comes now for the actual trial. If the person switches, you may have a situation where you can easily charge a person for perjury. Right? That is giving an untrue statement on oath, but you have to prove the fact that it is untrue. And also making inconsistent statements on oath. So you say one thing on oath at the preliminary inquiry and you come now at the trial and you say something else. But what I have found happening over the last maybe 12 years is that if it is that the switching is taking place or the recanting because of corruption, part and parcel of the understanding, you have two things. One, that the person must come to court. It's not enough for them to perhaps give a totally different statement. They must come to court. And what has happened over the last few years is that once the foundation is laid, the prosecutor, for example, suppose the witness was dead or the witness had migrated, we can, under certain circumstances, put the statement of the witness into evidence.
Right, Miss
right?
Llewellyn.
But what can happen too if the person is going to switch? What I would say is that part of it also is that it's almost as if they get tutoring, they go to a school.
Yes.
So they're switching away and say certain things to make sure that little window of opportunity that you would have to charge them and arrest them and charge them for an offense.
All right, Miss
It's not there.
Miss Llewellyn, I could go back to where I just asked a while ago.
Yes.
In the second written statement, he said the person who did the shooting named Nigger what? What is his name, Nigger what?
I think if I recall, Nigger Charlie, but in terms of the content of the statement and from what the police that it's the person that he knows and it was the accused.
Yes, so I'm asking you now, did he say that Nigger Charlie was Mr. Powell in the statement?
Mutabaruka, let me tell you something. For a lot of witnesses, the persons that they name very often is by an alias or a pet name.
I understand that, Mr.
Right?
Louis, yes.
The person does not necessarily have to say that. The person can indicate to the police.
Yeah.
This is somebody that they know from the description, etc.
Okay.
My sense from the statement
Yes.
and from what the police were saying is that it's one and the same person.
All right, so
But he never knew him as Patrick Powell.
Yeah,
he knew him by another combination.
So where him get the identification from seeing the man come out of the car or from showing a picture of
he wasn't showing any picture from what I have been
never
told.
shown a photo of the man.
He saw the man because this man is somebody who is 6'4".
It's Patrick.
Right?
Yeah,
he's
nigger,
6'4".
Yes.
Right? Let me tell you something. This sort of thing, in terms of identification evidence, I have known witnesses who will tell you that they have known somebody in their community for 20 years and they never knew what their birth name was.
Yeah, I understand
They knew their bad alias.
Yeah, I understand that. I just want to find out. Oh, him, all right. Did he? The driver, was he friends or no?
No, the man is a taxi man. Taxi man know people. They know where them take gas. They see them around the place.
Yeah, Miss Lewin,
my impression in the statement was that he would see him around the place.
We're going past that. No, I know that. I asked you. We're going past that. Did the driver know any relative of the youth who get shot in the car? Did he know the mother? Father, did he
what the mother told us and our impression was that she knew him quite well. She knew him. They knew each other. But he was indicating that he did not know anybody from the Mays family.
All right. So I'm going to ask you the question now. According to the police, there was blood found in the back of the car, the seat. You heard that? You ever heard that before? Miss Lewin?
I'm looking back. Looking back on the notes that I have.
Yes.
There was blood found
on the back seat.
No, what I have here, there was blood found in the car.
Not on the back seat.
What I have, the blood was taken from the red Toyota Succeed station wagon, and that blood belonged to Mr. Mays.
Mr. Mays is the youth.
Mays. Here, I don't have the actual file with me.
All right. Is the file?
And in fact, I think there was aspects of blood on the front seat, from what I recall.
But none on the back seat, according to what
I don't know if it was on the back seat, but I know some was on the front seat, the passenger.
Is there any...
Some matter coming from Mr. Mays?
Is there any written statement that there was someone else in the car apart from the driver and Mr. Mays?
There is no indication that there was anybody else there. My impression from the file, the statement, is that it was just Mr. Mays and the driver.
Okay. Well, you know, the problem with this thing is that apparently we're not going to know the truth. Because a youth dead and nobody is held accountable for that death.
Pause. Did you see, when you talk about nobody is held accountable, let me be very frank now.
Yes.
Because this is a man in the mirror moment.
Yes.
I understand that a very unfortunate incident took place where a JC boy was killed, stabbed, and robbed of his phone. And he was on a coaster bus. Now, if no witness who was in that bus comes forward
the police
and is prepared to point out that person on an identification parade, who is going to be held accountable?
All right, I can tell you who can be held accountable, maybe not in that case, but this case here now.
All right, hold on a minute now.
Yeah, not that case we talk about, but this case we talk about now.
Yes.
Yeah. Who I would hold accountable is the police.
Why?
Because what we see here, what we see in the written arguments that lead up to it, first of all, the car that was car that the crime, that the shooter came out of. They went to Mr. Powell's house and get the car. and there was no evidence that this car was the actual car that was involved in the shooting. And I said it wasn't, you know. I'm just saying what was presented to the court and to the defense was that what you're saying about the car, because really and truly, you say a new paint, and the paint, the man who do it couldn't identify the car who them say paint the car. So what is the argument that the prosecutor would have against the person when, one, we don't know if the person who them say was in the car actually.
And this is why Mr. Wright critical, and this is why the prosecution had no choice. When Mr. Wright recanted from his second statement, why the prosecution had to close the case or offer no further evidence. Because in this type of case, the only way that you would be able to go across a no-case submission is that you would have to have the identification of the shooter. So if the person who was originally asserting that the identification was the accused, and he's now saying he didn't see anybody, there was fog in Havendale. It's like I think I heard him say snow. It was snowy, and there was fog in Havendale at that hour. So he never see anything. He couldn't see anybody.
But him said that at the beginning.
That the first time we are hearing about fog was when he said it in court.
No, but I said him say him never see nobody in the beginning.
Yes. I have done several cases where people, they give one statement and then they come back and give another statement. It's a credibility issue.
Yes.
If they have a reason, for example, because they were afraid or because the particular accused used to live beside them, but since he is now in custody or he has moved away to another community, they felt now that they could come and give the true statement. All that is put before the jury, and this is for the jury observing the demeanor, how the person say it, how they look, how they talk it, their expressions, to decide if they are speaking the truth. If they are not satisfied, so they feel sure that the person is speaking the truth, then they would have to acquit. But I have done cases where the witness gives two statements and they give an explanation as to why they give two different statements. And the jury believe it and convict. Well, I'm not going to speculate because he went as far, like, was it Peter? When the cock crowed and he denied knowing Jesus 3 times, he denied knowing Mrs. Mays.
Yes.
And I believe elsewhere publicly Mrs. Mays has expressed shock.
That him never know.
In other words, I thought to myself that clearly the tutoring went so far that he even denied knowing the people.
All right. So
it is for the public to judge. So as far as I'm concerned, the accountability in the matter would rest squarely on the shoulders of Mr. Wright. Because guess what?
So
a prosecutor or the police can't go and stick up the witness and say, you must say this and you must say that. We are reviewing the matter and looking at the transcript. Because remember, in any event, remember I tell you about being tutored in school, you know?
Yes.
As it is, there wouldn't be a basis because he's not saying that he said this and now he's changing his statement. What he's saying is that he never said it at all.
Okay.
So there would be no question of any perjury.
Yes.
As such. Or making inconsistent statements and oaths.
So the problem,
but there are other areas that we can explore, and I'm not going to say anything further on that because we have to do our legal research and we have to look at the material.
So the problem is the second statement. The second statement is the problem.
Well, the second statement is what he recanted from because what he was saying is that he was lying down and his conscience was bothering him and he decided of his own volition to get up and find himself at the police station. We saw and how it go.
It's so aware.
Right? So that is the statement that he recanted from.
Yes.
So it's a question of, once he did that, the prosecution had nothing further to put forward to show the identification. Because let me tell you, in our system of justice, It doesn't matter who the accused is. It doesn't matter where they come from. You are innocent until proven guilty by the evidence in court.
Of course.
Not by what is on social media.
I know.
Not by how people feel, but by the evidence that is spoken in court.
So the law is to maintain law, but not necessarily mean that it connects with justice.
Well, you are putting it in your own way, but guess what? I have to. No.
I know. No, I don't say no. I don't say no. You know.
Because Muta, I prosecuted recently the Carswell case.
Yes.
Right? And that was another case that was very tragic.
Yes.
This involved an uptown businessman, right?
Yes.
Who had been on bail for the last eight years, walking up and down, taking part in competitions and winning them. And it involved the deceased, who was his ex-girlfriend, and a cosmetologist. Okay. And the two of them from two totally different worlds. In that case, all the witnesses came up to proof. Okay. And I tell you, we had difficulty getting two of the witnesses. Her friend and her former boyfriend. And we had to talk to them, see if they were comfortable, find out, ask them if they want to refresh their memory. And they read over their statements, refreshed their memory, came into the witness box, and talk how it go. This here, when we ask him, this is Mr. Wright in the Kajil case, we ask him if he wants to read over all the statements he made. No. He knows what he's going to say when he goes into the witness box.
So we need to fix this up.
Right?
Thing going on.
So people use your common sense.
Yes.
And you make your own assessment.
All right. Give thanks, Mama. Give thanks.
Thank you very much, and it was good talking to you.
Okay. All right. Give thanks. Yes. That was that was Powell, Director of Public Prosecution. We're still up on the X6. Still up on the X6. Click it.
20% off. 60.
Yeah, this is the stepping razor. As we are saying, the court case done. We're not going to reach. You see the justice what we are searching for? I'm going to tell Miss Louie a while ago, the law is protecting the law. And sometimes the law don't reach to the point of giving justice. The law was not designed for justice. The law was designed for evidence as it relates to the law. So sometimes, the law end up giving justice. But as far as we say in a Jamaica, there's a blurred line between what is justice and what is in the law. You understand? Because what happened now, you're not going to hear nothing else about it maybe all Christmas. It's done. But it's not going to go done because, well, she said about perjury for the Mr. Wainwright, perjury. It's questionable. If anything I will come out to the perjury thing too, questionable. What in perjury to carrying the court wide. And Ima say him did afraid of the police. Why him say what him say? And we don't know if him really say it. But we're going to find out if him say it. We want to talk to Wainwright. This is a taxi driver in the X6 case. Yeah.
Yes, Mota.
Oh, you the man?
Good, man. There, man. I go and live.
You become a celebrity overnight, man.
Well, Miss Paul alone, I put a celebrity for me, you know.
Oh, Paul alone, I put a celebrity for you?
Yeah, man.
But you so fly out, though. You so fly out.
Yeah, she don't want to fly me out. I tell her, I say, I'm not depend on that, you see me?
Okay, that's a protection. She protect you, to say.
All
right, so let me ask so no one. You know, all right. You drive go up the road. Right?
Yeah.
And you and the youth are the next person in the car.
No, man, me and the youth alone.
Oh, you and the youth alone in the car?
Yeah.
All right, so you and the youth alone in the car and You drive go up the road and you touch a car. And when you touch the car now, you kind of reverse little to come out to say how we are going.
Yeah.
But
I look for the touch, you know?
So who come out of the car? You are the youth.
Nobody no come out. We don't get to come out on a car motor.
Nobody never come out of the car?
No, man. Nobody no get to come out on
All right, so
car.
let me ask you a question. Now. When them get that, the youth come out of the car, and when him realize it, him say, him have a gun, and him jump back in the car, you reverse. Fast,
No, man. No
go so.
No go so.
All right, tell me what go on.
No go so. Here we go on, man.
Yeah.
The motor, listen me clearly.
Yeah, man, I hear you, man.
I go down at the gas station down the road. Down a Shell down there, so you see me?
Yeah.
My brethren show me a youth. I go buy a number for me and him over the cash bar when I come back. My brethren show me a youth and I see my car attack. You see me say, I want taxi.
Come again, where say the youth in the car say want to attack?
No, man, them stand up outside.
Two youth stand up outside of the car?
No, man, my brethren is a big man and the youth stand up outside.
Okay, your brethren, okay.
Yeah. So him tell me, say the youth want taxi, you see me?
So you don't know the youth?
No, me don't know the youth. Here we go on. Here we go on.
Yeah.
Ask the youth, say where am I going, you see me?
Yeah.
And the youth say Chevy Chase.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, explain to the people that when name Chevy Chase. Because me might know and you might know, but them don't know when name Chevy Chase.
Don't I Avondale, man?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Boom. When I go down for Highland Drive, you see me? I phone on top on a car and try to swing around it. And
all right, hold on there. You decide to go carry the youth.
Yeah.
And where your friend there now? Where your friend there? Where him did I talk to?
I am on the stall out there, man. And they are the stall out there.
Oh, so you left him out there?
Yeah.
All right, so you are the youth at the taxi now. You are the youth at the taxi.
Yeah.
You don't know him. You don't know the youth at all.
No.
And you go come by the public radio and say...
I know them time there. Eh?
No, wait there. Before you put him in the taxi, you never know him before. You never see him before. You don't know him at all.
No, Ella.
All right, go on.
Yeah.
Go on, so you are the drive now?
Yes, so me and my drive, so him says speed up. So I drive too slow, so I start go a little faster, you see me?
So you don't ask him why he wants speed up, if he's not afraid of police?
No, upon Avondale, man, and thing, man.
Anything can happen on Avondale Island?
I think I go somewhere, you see me?
Oh, he might go, yeah, all right.
Yeah, me can, in the say somewhere I go and I have some friend I wait for him.
Okay.
You see me?
Yeah.
So I touch the car, boom. And I touch the car and reverse, I put my reverse to come out of the road, move fast. Pure gunshot start this.
Pure gun, how much gunshot, so? Fire? How much shot fire?
The first one fire.
Yeah.
First one fire. You see the youth chuck back at me. Right back from my back, you see me?
Yeah.
And I speed up and then about 2 more fire.
Yeah.
I speed out and...
So wait, you reverse or you drive front wheel or you reverse? Which one?
A front wheel me I go, man, I reverse, man.
No, because you say you lick. So,
yeah, and come off of the car, you know, hear me I say, Ella.
All right, yes.
Look, I cannot hear me I say.
Me I hear what you say, man. Me just try to get it clear because I know me want to listen.
Yeah, when we lick the car, you know, we reverse off, like you know, we park up on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So I go on.
Yeah.
So, as we do that, I nearly put the car in a park. I feel a gunshot start beat, isn't it? So we go so boom and drive and speed around and run over the sidewalk them on the right. And go around the car, isn't it? And go so boom and end up a Constance police station. Straight there so me drive go, isn't it?
Yeah.
And tell them so me just touching a car in a black car back. And I feel a gunshot start like. And look the youth get shot, isn't it? So goes to police them gone down from the scene and some can go to hospital at a public. You see me?
May I hear you, man? Talk, man. May I hear you?
Yeah. So when you carry the youth at public and thing, never there. So them take him out and thing and we come back up as Constance police station and park the car and thing. You see me? when them park the car and think, I go in at the CID and I give me statement and tell them, say, my lick is a black car, I lick up in a, and you understand, I in a night moved her and things don't follow nobody else. So them people there, all they try to bring things out of proportion. You understand, family? Go so boom now, give the statement, I come down. I don't go in my yard, my blood up on them things there, and I'm down the road with the youth there. You see me? And I ask and I search and I say, what kind of foolishness this and them thing there. So you hear me and elder. So I go so boom now. Even the same night, meet the youth father and I tell him, say, yo, you come down here and I just see a gunshot, the man tell me saying, at 12. I'm going to tell you, you start search and search and search and all the whole thing. You see me, elder? And I give me statement as that. Elder, from that, I give me statement. That what really happening here, I tell you, I go up by 9 night and then tell me say them no want me in them yard and them.
Who tell you that? Who tell you say them no want in the yard?
The family mother send come and make them talk to the policeman and tell them what them.
So you never know the mother all them time there? You never know the mother?
Yeah man, I know the mother them time that bar she run.
No, I mean before. Oh, so you didn't know the mother then?
Yeah man.
But you never know the son? But you never know the son?
No.
Oh, you only know the mother?
Yeah, I know the mother.
Yeah. Okay.
So I go so boom. And walk come down and sit down at the same stall when I pick up the youth from, you see me? At the 9 night. And when I look, about 50 man come and surround me and rush me, and if I never see them bridging, I mean, would I be dead by no more and not nothing. You understand?
Which man them rush you? Which man them rush you?
From up at 9 night, them be there.
Oh, them be at the 9 night. Okay, okay.
The up at the yard.
Yeah.
You see me? From that, me and the people, them not deal, me and them not talk. Me not talk to them and them not talk to me, you see me?
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Anyway, yeah.
So the statement where you get at the police station, where you tell them at the police station?
Listen no motor. Nobody tell you nothing. You see that lady when you Miss Louis?
No, wait no man, nobody tell me about Miss Louis.
Yeah,
wait no man, nobody tell me about Miss Louis. Tell me where you tell the police them up at the police station.
No, when I tell no police nothing.
You never get a statement say you don't know the first statement.
I give no statement, motor.
Okay.
If I give statement, tell me know the man no care what time. They're not supposed to arrest the man back, motor.
No, wait, me never say no. Listen, I ask you, where you tell them say happen down at the place? All
right, let me tell you what go on.
Yeah.
You see, after I give my first statement.
Then let me ask you, what will you say in the statement?
All right, watch your stuff. After I give my first statement, the woman space stuff.
No, wait, why you did say in the first statement?
The first statement, after I'm going to go down to Avondale Island Drive, look up in a car, and I pay a gunshot start fire.
Yeah.
I never see it. I not even know the car when I look up in a motor. Everybody know that. Not even know the code. I never see nobody. I just see a gunshot start fire Ella.
Yeah, so you never have no time to see a who. So you never have no time to see a who then? Because the gunshot.
No time to see a who Ella. I hold more long made and I'm steering and stay and get away. You understand? No, I don't see nobody me tell them same time as I come out of the car content. Okay,
so you never you never sign no paper in the first statement?
Yeah, that's a MIT, man. Yeah, man. Them talk about that.
No, we don't reach a part yet. Me say, the first time when you tell them, say, you never see nobody and you did not bend down your head on the car to drive it. You did sign your name to that argument where you get.
Yeah, man, up a CID.
All right, yeah. All right.
That's from me.
Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah.
One Kool-Aid kind of policeman.
Yeah.
Right? All right, let me tell you now. After my first statement, Ella, but there in my yard, 2 car of police, like them come from downtown, you understand? Them say them come to take my second statement.
The second statement?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, listen to me.
Yeah, man, I listen to you, man. Yeah.
All right, them say them come to take my second statement. The drive go up at the police station, then them go back down at the scene where the incident happened. You see me? When we go down at the scene of the incident, we go back at the content. One of the police officers sit me in a room and start take my statement. You see my motor?
Take which statement? The one where you're
Second, yeah, the same statement now give him.
Oh, you give him the same statement, and
yes,
he write it down, and he write
yeah,
it
when
down.
we get MIT, and he write it down, you understand?
Yeah.
Boom, more time phone ring. You see me?
Yeah.
Him stop write the statement, him there talk on phone, and the only thing goes so boom, tear up that statement, there was the first one, and say to me, say, I have to bother you know second statement. And the man them charge me down on my yard. Motor, what arresting officer right now for the case, he was one of the police who was there to take the second statement with a group of police officers. You understand? Ask him if him detect any second statement from me. Boom, Motor, listen to this. When them charge me back down on my yard, them not take my statement. I go so, and there me, this man name, Mr. Thompson from Canton Spring, mother the day when him come. And take me away in the car. I be a take them and take me away when the thing just go on motor. I never get in a them thing yet. I don't know nothing about it. You understand? Man go so boom and climb up a spring. Take out a driver's license and I look at join our office. And I show me. I'm red man, I tell me, say, the man this do the thing motor and him big and him tall and him name nigga and I say, Ella. Why you tell me them things for? I don't see nobody in the thing. I don't want you tell me them things because I don't want to get further mixed up in this thing. You know? I mean, I have to keep up no foolishness. All right, hear him now. Anyway, him come to me because he see my first statement when me give, and them always do it so in a shooting case. Them always take the signature take the signature upon some paper and see if the same it match with the one when me give. That the man said to me in a mopa. The man goes so boom now, going on same jar, take out 3 sheets of paper and put them in front of me and I run the man down for the line and say, right, so why you put it on your signature, so. You understand? And that and that. And when we don't do that, the man just say, all right, and carry me back down on my yard. You understand? We never go up on no station, go give nobody no statement motor.
All right, hold on, Bridget. You categorically say that you never write down, you never give the man them no argument for them write down no second statement.
Motor, I not even spend 5 minutes up there and you tell you where the man do and can't back down on my yard.
Okay.
You understand? And that the man do me, you know. And then I show me, say, so see some man over there, over the yard on BMW, and I say, I can't go over there. I'm going to say, at this, I look up and I say, you know, understand what you're telling me for do, you know. And when them system now work with them thing, the Ella, he know me, you know, Ella. When me see the man I feel it, you know, Ella, man can't look for me, you know, me show the lady and say, me see the man here, you know. See the policeman here, you know, yeah, I think, you know. Yeah, I know him, I work with him before. Ella, let me tell you now. Boom, now, after I do that, the man came down on my yard, the man come back on my yard again, you know, and take me again, you know, and say, boss wants to see me. You understand? He said, who a boss wants to see me? He said, him boss of a police headquarters of stuff. You understand? So we drive in our car with him and we are go up there. When we go up on the wheel, hear the man to my motor. That's Mr. Thompson, hear the man. Him boss I go ask me something. I'm going to just say, yeah, man, I mean deal with them. So me I say to him in the car, I say, no, man, I can't do that, brother. I can't. I'm going to say, man, I ask me things, I'm going to say, I mean, what I talk about. But when we reach up the motor, he goes so boom, we greet by a man named Powell and Novlet Grant. You understand, motor?
Yeah.
Powell and Novlet Grant, them coming out the car where the policeman came in now. Them run him out of it. Them tell him to come out and leave the tree away night. You understand? When them leave the tree away night, the man, the officer named Powell asked me, say, if anybody show me a picture and them thing, them say, yeah, see that man the way you run out of the car, that is inside, him just to show me driver's license, the man.
All right, hold on the bridging. All right, I just want to ask you something, but before I ask you something, I just want to tell the people them that, for those of you who are listening to music news, we're going to delay it little because of the sensitivity of what we are dealing with right now. All right. Brethren,
yeah.
You tell me, say, the picture
A driver's license.
A driver's license of the man with them say, him
yes.
do the shooting.
Yes, and say them want me go up and identify parade motor. And them are going to show me on a laptop.
All
right. When we go for headquarters.
Brethren. Me don't really want to pressure you, you know. But me just want to hear you say something because this is a whole heap of Jamaican people is very sensitive about this thing. You understand?
A whole heap of people.
All right, wait now. Yeah, so hear what me I say now. Brethren.
Yeah.
You talk to me, I say now. You know, you're Rasta.
Yes, me.
All right, hear what me I say now, brethren. You are tell me, say, when you go to the police station,
yeah,
you never give them no second statement, and them show you a picture of the man who them say, and this man here.
All right. When you reach, when the man I take the statement, when the next man comes to me and can't go up by station, the man just flying at the place in my office, take out a driver's license, and I show me and I say, the man this, we name nigga Charlie and them thing, and him 6 foot and him big and red, and him have cock bottom. I told the man I deal with me no more. And I say, Ella, where I should tell me them thing for? And at that, me no sit down and give no man no statement.
Let me ask you something. Listen to this and tell me if I hear words this.
Yeah.
This is what come out in the court. The reason this is supposed to be a second statement where you signed to. It say the reason why I was telling lie in the first statement is because I was in fear of my life. And second, I never trust the police.
Motor. Yeah. I'm in fear of my life and I don't know nobody nothing. And you know me know nothing from the first time. I don't know nobody when I get in and nothing. Man them and the type of people them are telling me, so the police them are come to me, so them are telling me what kind of man they involved with and them thing them motor. I don't know nothing about the man. That is the statement where them fabricate and make motor. Me I tell you that. Listen me now, I don't tell you now. You saw me up at the headquarters motor. I'm meet by Mr. Ilan Powell and Miss Novletland. You know, some I get to know say a statement fabricated, you know. You understand? And the man goes so boom. And I said to me, sir, in our statement, when we want to help them with, and I said, sir, I'm going to depend them something there. I'm going to depend them something there. And I tell the man, say, matter of fact, I'm not even drive back with the officer, come down. You understand, motor? And the man give me a money right there, so I'm take a taxi right there to Mr. Ilam. And the man said to me, sir, close this with nobody. So I say, I do not know the truth, I work with the truth. So I don't show you, nobody not telling me, say, me a crown with this and them thing the hell.
So you never tell nobody, say, the reason why you change the things because your conscience is that bother you and all them something there?
I say, nobody, me not no conscience is that bother me, don't know nobody else. You know, hear me, I tell you, I don't know nobody else. Let me tell you, that whole statement the hell. Let me tell you, I don't know nothing about it. I'm not talking on the bottom of my heart. You understand? And the police, them know, say, and don't lie me, I tell. Them know, because the lady, even for the first time, the lady I meet me. And I went court, I go on about Thursday, and she tell me over her office. And she asked me about it, and I tell her, I tell me, you don't know nothing about that. And she even say, well, for the truth you talk, man, you for the truth you talk. I tell her, and she even offer me. Them that want me to do something to fly me, but you know they find no fool in this motor.
So you didn't go up on the parade?
Which parade? All them to carry me from parade and I'm not seeing about the Ella. All them to carry me from parade. Them come to me in Ella.
Yeah, all right. You want to know, Bridget? I want to call you back because we have to take on music news, that's all. So I want to take the music news and call you back here. So stay near your phone. Charge up back your phone. You understand?
Yeah, man.
All right, give thanks.
But Ella, man, me not give no second statement, my dada.
All right, music news time. Here goes.
Jamaica.
Yes, may I tell you? More questions than answers. May I tell you, you cannot imagine everybody and make them own and draw. The People's Court is in session. The People's Court is in session, man. May I tell you, the prosecutor the defense and the person who's supposed to be the main witness. Prosecutor, Miss Paula Llewellyn, the defense, Mr. Atkinson, and the main witness, who eventually is not a witness at all. Sir. Anyway, we're going to go back our team, but the two we know to the catch part thing, and we don't want to cut out the thing again. We're going to go forward to him and come forward. But, we just wait for this cash part thing, says cash part thing, and cash part trump everything else. Cash part, all we are going for radio. Anyhow, we ever forget the cash part, and I said, well, you want to, we're going to keep cash part a little more later, like when we just do music news a while ago. If you call the broadcasting commission and say, guess what, they just do a terrible thing in my life, they put off cash part. All right, we're not going to put off the cash part, but we're going to just go out and say until the cash part.
People love to play and more.
Yeah, this is the Stepping Razor, the art of war. That was a drive time, 5 o'clock, top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Tune in later at 8:25 for another chance to win in top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, lucky 5, and cash pot draws. Okay, may I tell you? It's Brethren, you there?
Yeah, man.
All right. Let me ask you 2 questions.
Yes, brother.
I mean, I expect you to say no or yes. And one of the questions, I expect you to say yes. But I still have to ask you, because I never ask you, my conscience would bother me.
Yes, brother.
Anybody threaten you for do you something? For say where you say no?
Brother, no, man.
No,
brother,
nobody never threaten you.
From day one, brother.
No, me just ask you no if anybody threaten you. You get a threat?
Nothing like that, brother.
All right, me ask you a question. You're the next question. You say no. You never say no 2 times. Yeah. You're the next question when me ask you now. Anybody peel off any money and give you?
Brother.
Yeah.
None of them things, brother, man.
You don't get no money at all?
I come like the people them out of street, brother.
So, you still sell per Miles Road, eh? You still sell?
Yeah, man.
Where you sell that? Jerk chicken, where you sell?
Where you sell?
Where you sell long a Miles Hill there? Where you sell? Where you sell?
Juggler business, man.
Your juggler business?
Yeah.
All right, we're not going to further with that. All right. So, based upon your present economical situation,
yeah,
you're still a juggle. But if tomorrow we hear say you're going to foreign, we know say something drop and what you did I say it's joke business. Yeah, that's what I say?
No, sir. Is that some joking when they are taking?
No, me not take it for no joke. Me doesn't say. No, watch out. Me not talk to you because of me one, Me talk to you for your people who are listening. Yeah. Talk louder.
I have my life to protect,
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about them something and them something. I have my life and my youth.
Yeah, me know.
So me protect right from people and go do certain things.
Yeah.
And then me look like a fool.
Yeah.
And then one to me.
Yeah.
Most I talk from the state here, man, and them things.
No, but you see, I know me want to talk, it's the people that me talk about. Talk fast. Yeah.
Yeah, me I say. It's not a statue, brother. Or a money thing. You hear that?
Yes, yeah.
So now, I bring this thing like a joke thing.
Yeah.
Like a serious.
A serious thing, that me say too. All right. So you maintain.
Yeah, me I say.
Yeah.
Right now, we are talking about it's me we have. You can move to that time, right now. You know, talk to nobody and
yeah.
Talk to truth already.
Yeah.
Keep on there and you know go on, brother.
Yeah.
Just step on outside and talk to me and talk.
Talk a little louder on the phone.
You can just step on the outside and talk when you want to say, because I know me in this, I know everything.
Oh, the people that me talk to now. When you say uno,
understand?
I know me talk.
Me in this, I mean, know everything.
Yeah.
They say, I could give me thing and thing. Police are telling me, say, you know, two side of thing, police are telling me, say, true, me not see nothing. Why me I live? I want to know if a people alone are iron. And people are telling me, say, true, me not live. And then now you have some other people that talk about a PR. Brother, I'm tell you this, from day one, I state the thing. I never see nothing, I not even know the detail, I look up in a brother. Where you want, where you try?
Oh.
Money thing and them thing.
And the first somebody asked you that?
Not the first somebody asked.
Then why you make it so like a me and make it up? Why you make it so like a me and make it up? So?
Hear me, I say.
Yeah.
The singer is a big man.
Yeah, me know.
You have to remember, you have my side,
yes.
And people have them other side. So.
Yes.
I understand. It's coming like to me in the middle of something in the year.
What you never asked for?
Listen, brother, nobody never make me know something I don't know. I feel tricking things go on. They tell you, you know what them tell me, sir? Them come on me yard, my brother, and tell them me and my mother, and tell them to me now come on a court, because I don't see nothing. I know what the man said to me. If you just come say the statement, come give you an NIC. I can't treat me now, but I said not even phone me there court Friday.
Yeah.
I think phone me.
Alright, let me ask you a question. You think, say, because the policeman them show you the picture of the man who you for finger and thing, how them talk about him, you feel say them have something against him personally? Why them really a pressure you so?
Brother, hear me I say to you, I don't know about that. At one time, the same man ever said to me, say, when he want to show me the picture, the man said, a long time one that man.
Wait, hold on, where say a while ago?
I talk to you in a court.
Yeah.
The man that show me the driver's license and tell me, a long time he want that man.
Him want that man there? You mean the Powell? Yeah. The man them show you upon the driver's license?
You understand?
Okay.
Brother, I don't mix up this thing. That's my thing when you see. That the people know. And that's the case. See me together in a nice in a motor.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to motor can be a one.
No, I don't think nothing, Bridget. I just ask you something because it's a thing out there where everybody I think about, you know. It catch everybody, you know. You have to understand we are going in Jamaica right now, you know.
Yeah.
And this is the most important thing happening in Jamaica right now, you know.
I tell you, sir.
Yeah.
There's so long the man them draw. May I ask you one question? What if me give a first statement later, send it down to the man, and me go in again and say, you see the man, give the man still to be, the man shouldn't be arrested, Mutabaruka.
Yeah.
So Mutabaruka no look for anything there.
No, but me know send the day foreign. Me know send the day foreign, you know.
Yeah, but if
and it's when him come back, them arrest him.
All right, what is? Yeah. No, that time them send me not sick. Them I said, me only give a statement send me not sick. So Mutabaruka, you give him bail. Ask the policeman, say, oh, can a man like that bail and they are road?
Yeah.
He tell me, say, that's an arresting of the time.
Yeah.
The case is not strong against the man. That's why I get bail.
Okay, yeah. And are you not going to straighten it? Are you going to straighten the case?
So what you know? The man tell me, say, there's nothing against the man. That's why I get, if it's possible, and them have witness for it, so he sees him have been in a custody. And come out of a van and go to court and remand back and them. So I understand me and say, how me to tell them, say, me see man and know man, and then you arrest him back, brother.
Well, I did just put it toward the other people a while ago.
Yeah,
and the argument...
All right, how me go tell me see the man, and then arrest him back in the on the road for 5 years, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have to tell me, say me and you on the TV, hear that thing. Okay. You know what them tell me, say, Muta?
Yeah.
Them tell someone that Ilan Paul got a white van, and say if we can come whatever time they need it to me. So me I got a quote with that from my head, say me and this and them thing there, tell you that, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's sound to me, based upon my information when me get, that the man picture where them show you, it's almost like him never in the car.
Ella, even the policeman, them are telling me, say, in a them time, they say, I know the man beat and them things, to show you.
Them tell you that?
Yeah, more than one of them. When them have me a travel around, Ella, them tell me a headquarters, them tell me a Fort Tour, one place on Oxford Road, them tell me downtown, Ella, them tell me a new thing.
No, when, hold on there. The police them tell you, say, them know, say, no, him do it?
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you.
So who them suggest to you, say, do it? Who them suggest to you?
Them say family them do it. And
family?
I tell them, you know them things there. And the police them always are telling me, who is this man and them things there.
Oh, it's a quack catch quack where you catch him short thing.
Yeah, you don't know Ella. But I tell you, sir, Ella, I took the talking of it.
Yeah.
I know that too. I fix them up with some things, one, the means to talk, you know.
Yeah.
I do some down grief, you know. And I tell you that, you know. That's why them come against me, you know.
Yeah, well, I have credible information. I have credible information that say the man who is charged for the crime was not in the car.
All right.
Yeah,
So I tell you, and yet still them want me to go put myself in a them thing there. To go do them work. And I tell them, nah, do them work, later. And the woman turned against me. And the first woman I meet out of 5 years and all of this, you know. One time, you know. This lady don't know me, you know. This lady has said, my mother can tell you, the policeman drive come get me from his yard.
Okay. Oh, that is Paula. Paula say,
yes.
Yes, you personally go up there?
And walk go for station. I never do that yet. And the man comes to me every time I let me out, the police can come to me.
Yeah.
Police come to me, Ella, and drive me in a car.
All right, Bridget, this thing I go continue, but we just, you know.
All right, Ella, watch it.
Yeah.
See, last time the man come to me, the same man named Mr. Thompson.
Yeah.
My mother asked him, oh, you might come to me so much time, and here the man I tell him, mother say, man, we have to have a drink, all them things. And then I can't go up and sing and sing to go there. And I can't them lift up, you know. I feel things are going on like them can't keep looking for me.
Sorry for laugh, but
the man they can't even look at my face when him sing because the man knows them set me up there. And when them set me up, most of them are try to. Them not see most of them, none of them are living through the 5 years or nothing, you know.
Eh?
And none of them. I said, say my statement of another traffic in a court at any time. This people will come put up something when they don't know about. And me to go answer, and that them must say the statement pass to them thing when they might try to give me to do, you know.
Yeah.
I tell you, Ella, I'm telling you now, do it.
All right, brethren, we out of the time, you know, saying, but we want to give thanks we spend so long with we, you know, because nearly an hour now, me have you upon the radio, so.
You have to make them know everything.
Yeah, me hear you say everything, man, you say everything. You say everything, believe you me, you say what you say, you say everything.
I have to make them know, brother.
Yeah.
So when the man meets me up at the police headquarters, he take me know all them things and say to come link you and all them things.
Yeah.
You know the man said to me, when the man I try to show me, the man said, you know, the student, nobody.
No what?
You know, for this clothes where I said to me up there, to nobody. When I say more, I'm going to find out man from computer and I will.
Yeah.
And when I say me can't do it, Ella there. So what, you know why them think you are the farm 2 minutes?
Yeah. All right, may I ask you a question? Last question may I ask you?
Yes, Mr.
Did a next news, radio network tell you, say, you must do no more interview until them tell you? Because them never why you do no interview today with me?
No, man, no.
Nobody don't tell you that?
No.
So you must do no more interview yet?
No. Everything normal.
No,
I know with TVJ.
TVJ tell you that?
No, I know with TVJ.
No. When may I ask you this? Listen to what may I ask you.
Yeah.
You do a whole heap of interview already, right?
Yeah.
Did any of the other interviewers that you do with tell you say don't do no more interview until them tell you?
Why you ask that question?
No, because we hear say we not gonna get to interview you. It's like somebody that tried sabotage our interview. But no, we realize it's true.
Yeah, man. But slow down. Yeah, man. Someone interview me said that.
All right, no, that me ask you. That's why me ask you. So, yeah, so them say the lawyer say why me ask you. Me ask you because me know say you want to do my interview, you know, and if me didn't catch you first, you didn't do my interview. But somebody don't want you to do the interview with me. Say,
don't. With you, man. Them know students.
Yeah, anything, anybody. But them know say, I'm Mutabaruka program. Yeah. Them more exclusive.
Yeah, them more exclusive. Man.
All right, so you turn celebrity, man. I know, you see you're juggling. I know you're juggling. I'm going to get big, you know. You're juggling. I'm going to get large now. All right, brethren? Yeah, me not say nothing. We give thanks, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yes. May I tell you. That was Wayne Wright, the taxi driver in the X6 case. And he was identified as the key witness in the case against Patrick Powell until him decides, say, he might tell the truth, according to film truth, and say, well, watch you know. Me not tell a lie for no. So that is how it go. So you know out there who are listening to this. Why I don't know, a whole heap of judge out there and jury. Judge and jury out there. So the conversation will continue. The conversation will continue upon the roadside, in the marketplace, round a cup of tea, and round 2 guns. You understand? I just say it go. All right, so.
Thursday, only with Digicel.
Yeah, this is the stepping razor. May I tell you? Wow. Okay. We have a couple minutes to take 2 calls. So, first come, first serve. So, I could see what happen if the phone have a light up before. Yeah? But we are going to play that tune, yeah. We just that. Okay. Sugar sing over. As well say we are play for album name. We remember. Okay, when I play that. Yes, EL.
Yeah, Mutabaruka, you good?
Yeah, you mean if I'm good, man?
Give thanks for life, man. I call from Clarendon in a place named Gravelly.
Yeah, what happened?
You know, so I listen to the general, and you know, it's actually the look general attack, though.
A what?
The face actually the look general attack, you know.
True or a trick? True. Oh.
Yes, man, because to all the youth vote is like I set them and set the youth up, you see me?
Who you think I set him up?
The face of the policeman must set up the youth, man. To all the youth, Muta, you can hear in the youth voice, you can feel it, Muta, so a true youth attack. Me not do that, you know. It's a regular listen to Ira, you see me?
Yeah, me I listen, yeah.
So.
No, yeah, listen to the radio, brethren. Yeah, listen to the radio, man.
Sorry, Muta.
Yeah, you know that's for a long time, man. Say you talk radio when you call.
Even me not listen to it, my heart crying. I tell you this.
All right, we can't facilitate no more that call.
Muta.
Yeah, watch out, you go in and out. I don't know where you go. Stop going.
All right, yeah, me there now. Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I said, how they look at general attack. Me believe what I say still, because you can feel it in the vibes. You can see it. You can feel it, the vibes, so you look at you attack, the truth. You see?
All right.
So, I feel that there's a pressure the youth, set up the youth still. The youth, I feel the youth attack you. How you look at it?
How me look at it?
Mm-hmm.
It come to me that the man who them hold for the murder is not him.
Exactly.
But wait now. Given where the youth say a while ago, that the police them show him a picture of a man where them a say him, it sounds to me like me have to go find Powell. Because all the youth attack is like the police them.
I set up youth.
No, not the youth. I set up the man who them hold for the something.
Yeah, it's like them against them against the man who did them to do it.
Powell obviously knows who do it.
Exactly.
But you see, you can't can't talk certain thing. You can't go try over that case there. But in my thinking, I don't think it's Powell fired a shot there.
No, sir.
Yeah, and we don't know. We don't have to tell who me think do it. I don't know. Cause me never did it. I don't know. And the brother said, "No, know who." So if him did that, I'm saying, "No, know who." Me can't.
You want feeling the vibes of how you talk.
Yeah, me understand what you say. Me understand what you say. But you ask me how me feel, and me I tell you how me feel.
Yeah.
Me I feel say it's not Powell. Do fire the shot. If them dig deeper, or maybe them know who fired the shot. But it done gone bad already. Can't go again. Anyway, we have to move. We can take another car.
Yes.
The program so done. The program so done. Yes. Yeah. This is the stepping razor. Very unusual stepping razor. Well, a three interview lasting over 2 hours. Believe you me. Yes, click it. Yeah, Iel.
Yeah, Muta.
Yeah, blessed.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm just saying something here. In 2011.
2011, yeah?
Yeah, there was a man in Mason, Sam, who was bailing people. And I caught up after several people have bail out of bail. And Sam took some money from me and my son. And after he took the money, he gave us a false bank statement, which I think the bank was, I wouldn't say name now because we don't really remember. And after him took the money, him give my son the false bank statement. The son ending up go jail and me ending up go jail too. My son ending up get 6 months, and the other people them, which was one of my friends too, when I call her name, she get 6 months to what she pay 100,000 and come out. And nobody in the post office will get arrested, but who send out the prisoners them, the jailers them.
So you didn't have a liar? You didn't have a liar?
Yeah, my son did have a liar. And he said need the liar to change. Me couldn't do it because me was down, real down. And then what me saying, they put my name over the year that I fraud the bank some money, which never go like that. But after that, there was an officer who responds for the station when we did there at the jail. Him said that he cannot get go to court and really should not get any arrest for what they say me arrest is for. Who said that? And my little son got to jail for him big work in Jamaica. 6 months. And since this year, I think him call me and tell me that him get a paper to go court that Sam want back his passport that he can travel. And my son wanted to travel out because that happened.
So what you gonna do now? Tell me what you gonna do.
Well, when I look at it and look at Sam getting back his passport and see that nobody in the court office did get arrested, I said I'm gonna do something about it.
And what you do?
By going to a lawyer and talk to him and whatever. And when I look at it, they cannot put people's name over the ear like that.
No. And then the thing is this, I was in charge. And when I look at it, Muta, it hurt me so much. Sometimes I'm so depressed over it. And every time that I wanted to call you like something holding me back. Oh, yeah?
And now I decided to, and I get to it.
Well, you just want to vent your frustration, right?
Yes, Muta.
Because I don't know where it's but I know sometimes when you vent your frustration, it kind of eases your pressure a little.
Yeah.
All right, Mama.
Yeah.
What is your name? What is your name?
Susan Muta.
From Clarendon.
Yes, Muta.
Enter you see me yell me up, yeah?
Yeah, Muta.
All right, give thanks. Yes, pressure all over the place, man. Click it.
Don't miss.
Yeah, this is the stepping razor, the art of war. We want to give thanks, We want to, why may I tell you, what engaging program. We want to give thanks to Samantha upstairs. Samantha, a.k.a. Kim Kardashian. Come on, Julie them teeth from her the other day, Rasta. We never see she wear none yet. We want to yell up Shamara, who's very engaging today. She was very sprousy. I've never seen her so sprousy since I come to IRFM. Very engaging. I find it very beautiful. I love her more now. She was very engaging and opinionated and everything. So I want to give thanks to Shamara. We want to give thanks to Young, who was very engaging too. Even more engaging than usual. We want to give thanks to Neil, who was most engaging. The man have opinion. I tell you, we say everybody have opinion all of a sudden. It's a serious thing. Everybody gets socially conscious. Everybody to liar and prosecutor and jury and everything right now. We have to investigate. But we want to heal up Wade Wright, Powell. We want to heal up the former Attorney General, Patrick Atkinson. Because we can bounce it, we can't bounce it. All right, we're not going to bounce it. So here we are saying now. Again. This is a stepping razor, the art of war.